let's look at a couple examples of long-term value problems. The first example we have a sequence where the starting value of 200, and it is u sub n is 0.75 times u sub n minus 1 plus 40. And again, remember, this is a shifted geometric sequence. To find our long-term value, we're again going to say u sub n equals u sub n minus 1, and that's going to be some value x. And I'm going to plug that into my formula for u sub n and u sub n minus 1. So I'll get x equals 0.75x plus 40, and I will then just solve this for x. I'll subtract 0.75x from each side to get 0.25x equals 40. And finally, I'll divide by my 0.25. And I will get a long-term value of x equals 160. So if you carry on that sequence long enough, it will just continually be 160. For our second problem, we'll do a story problem. And this one we'll have to write the sequence first. So Mr. Wilkin cleaned out Darcy's food bowl over the weekend and put a cup of food in it. Each day Darcy eats 40% of the food in the bowl. Mr. Wilkin then puts in another cup of food before he goes to bed. If this pattern continues, how much food will be in the bowl? So we have two things going on. Darcy eats 40% of the food. This is, again, a decay problem. So decay, we're going to have our multiplier as 1 minus the percentage. So she eats 40%. So that will be 1 minus 0.04. Or 0.6. But we also we're adding 1 cup of food each time. So we have our multiplying, the geometric sequence, but we also have an addition on there, so this is a shifted sequence. So our starting value is going to be 1 cup. And again, I use a u sub 0 because the 1 cup, that starting value is before anything really happens. And then for each day, how much food is in the cup? We take our 1 minus 0.4, or I'm just going to write that as 0.6. She eats 40%, so 60% is left. U sub n minus 1, and we'll add 1 to it. There is our sequential formula, our recursive formula. Now, how much food will be on the bowl? That's looking for the long-term value. So again, I'm going to do my u sub n is u sub n minus 1, and we'll call that x. So plugging that in, I get x equals 0.6x plus 1. We'll solve that for x, so we'll move over the 0.6x to give us 0.4x equals 1. I will divide by 0.4, and I will get x equals 2.5. Now, since this is a problem given in words, I'm going to give my answer in words. So I'm going to say the bowl will have... Oh! Come back. I see this. Okay. The bowl will have... Quit moving on me, guy. 2.5 cups. And this is the long-term value.